Welcome back, everyone, to Flyball and Friends. Today we're going to talk to a friend of mine, Tanya from Winnipeg. I always look forward to seeing Tanya on the racing lanes when we travel out there. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Well, thanks, Tanya, for coming to the YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you took time out of your day to be here. If you could just start us off with telling us about yourself.
My name is Tanya Welsh. I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Play flyball with a number of my dogs. Play on a local team out of Winnipeg called Whole Shot Racers. Been a part of that team now for 8 years. I'm not sure what else.
How many dogs do you have?
Well, okay, this is a tough one. 11. I lost my oldest dog last week, so okay. I'm still getting used to saying 11.
Sorry about that.
I have 11 right now, but yeah, range in age between a year and 12 and a half.
How many are racing?
How many are racing? I have, out of the 11, 8 that either are 5 that are actively racing, 2 that are retired, and 1 that's in training. 3 that don't race. 1 of them is fully trained, but she can't handle tournament environments, so she comes to practice and plays around. But yeah, so 8 out of the 11.
Cool. And how long have you been playing flyball for?
12 years now.
Getting up there.
Yeah, it's yeah. When I had to think about that, I was like, wow, yeah, it's been a while.
And what do you do for a living?
I actually work in the group benefits and retirement industry. I'm a client relationship manager with a global brokerage company.
Cool. And what got you into playing flyball?
You know what? That I adopted a crazy cattle dog mix from the Humane Society and had no clue what I was getting into for my first dog on my own as an adult, getting a cattle dog mix. And she was full of beans. And I had her and my next youngest dog. I just had the 2 of them at the time in daycare. And the girl that ran the daycare was like, you need to bring your cattle dog mix and you need to check out this sport. And that was basically what got me going.
Haven't looked back since, eh?
Haven't looked back, and then it was add in a bunch more dogs because love it so much. So yeah.
How often do you guys practice?
We practice once a week together as a team. So once a week as a team, from time to time, some of us will get together for box work, depending where, if we all have young dogs or where we're at with stuff. At home, I'm constantly doing things at home with them, as far as, tweaking this on the box and tweaking that, but as a team once a week.
Awesome. Does your team play more Nafa or you fly?
My team has only ever played Nafa. Not that there's not an interest in U-Fly, but there's just not enough. There isn't U-Fly in our area. And when we do travel, we travel for Nafa just because that's where we're vested right now.
How often do you guys travel for flyball?
Oh my word, depends on the year. Last year we didn't travel nearly as much, but we've had years where we're doing 8 to 10 hour road trips, probably 8 times throughout spring, summer, fall at least. So yeah, we've had years of putting in on quite a bit of mileage.
Okay, what's the farthest you've been for flyball?
Can-Am, Indianapolis, so straight through 17 hours. Have done that multiple occasions. I think the best trip was myself and Monica Horsch and 12 dogs in my minivan. Because everybody else couldn't get the time off work and had to fly in. So we drove it with all the dogs and we were like 17 hours straight through because we're not stopping overnight. Yeah,
I've been there. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Stop.
Absolutely.
Have you guys done any seminars? Have you hosted or been a part of any seminars?
I have actually myself not attended any seminars. Angela, who runs the team that I'm on, she has hosted seminars for other teams, but I myself haven't attended any seminars.
Cool. Is there any place in the world that you'd love to go to compete or train or even just watch?
Belgium, World Cup, yeah, that would be bucket list, I think.
Yeah, that would be a good trip.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you go for competing wise, or would you even if it's just to watch?
You know what? Even just to watch. I mean, I'd love to go competing wise, but you know, that's obviously a much bigger buy-in for the whole team. But even just to watch and take it in, I just think it would be really neat to go somewhere so different to see the sport that we love as well.
Awesome. Okay. And what do you specifically like about playing flyball?
Oh, okay. So for me, first of all, I grew up playing very competitive sports myself. So was very into a number of sports growing up and liked playing at a fairly competitive level. And at the point that I got into flyball, I was actually starting to be at the age that I was getting out of sports because my body just couldn't handle it anymore, and I had a knee that was shot. And so for me, I thought it was amazing to be able to go and still have that team connection, that team relationship that you get with your flyball team, which is no different than playing any other team sport, and still have to be able to develop that true bond with your dog as well. So I thought it was really cool to still be able to do that type of thing, but do it with my dogs.
Cool. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any team or person that you love racing against in flyball?
Oh, okay. Probably some of the funnest teams I've ever ran against for fun, definitely. They've been a blast to run against. Love, anytime you get a chance to run against Rocket Relay, which I have a number of times, it's been great. Ran against X once at Can-Am, which was phenomenal. But I think part of it too is not just the teams that you're running against, but what those members of the other teams bring to your team. So I remember, one of our first years at Can-Am, and Ron from Rocket Relay out on the lanes with us, coaching us, because we were the newbies there type things. So definitely the camaraderie in that you get from the other teams, which is always positive. So it's not just running against them, but running with them within the same tournament. It always makes for a great time.
That's good. Is there anything at flyball that you miss that we used to do in this region or in other regions?
I don't know. I've been around long enough for it to have changed that much. You know what I would say is probably, I think in our region, at least, we're not seeing nearly as many vets teams. We went through a little spell again of having multi-breed, and then it's kind of fizzles itself out again. So I would love to see more of the vets teams in tournaments and multi-breed back, but we just haven't seen it the last few years.
Yeah, very true, very true. I definitely haven't seen the vets. It's usually one team that races an empty lane, or
exactly, or they're thrown in with open, or
yeah, good point. What would be one of your earliest memories of flyball?
Actually, it was funny. The first tournament I ever attended in Winnipeg just to watch, I'd started practicing with the team. I was blown away. The first tournament I went and watched, and the loudness of it was incredibly overwhelming initially, but just the intricacy of it and how you have to really mesh with your team as such a well-oiled machine, because if one person's off, it can be detrimental to the whole team and to handlers and to dogs. So that really kind of blew my mind about, wow, how in sync everybody has to be with each other.
Very good. Do you have any favorite moments of flyball, whether it's on or off the racing lanes?
Personally, and this will be not as a team, but definitely one of my favorite moments was, I want to say it was 2015, 2016, one of those 2 years at Can-Am. We made both the regular invitational and the multi-breed invitational, and I had a dog on each of those teams. So for me, incredibly special. It was such a special tournament for that reason. It was really neat. So, and that's the only year we've ever done that, to make both invitationals. So I was happy to be a part of both of those teams.
That's cool. That's something definitely to be proud of, for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Do you have any personal goals playing the sport?
You know what? My personal goals with the sport have changed over the years. I could definitely say that, because initially it was, I love running fast. I love running the fast dogs. I love running top team dogs. But I've also, I've got the 5-second dog as well that is just a barrel of laughs. So goals personally, I would say, is just more so to connect with my dogs, have fun with my dogs, whatever speed that might be at, whatever division that might be in, it's okay, but to just really enjoy the moments with my dogs in the lanes.
Yeah, that's a definite, but one of the better things to do is when you're having fun with the dog, you definitely see it in the dog that they're having fun too. So.
We've all gone through, I think, the phase of having the pressure of it, and I think, once you've been in the sport for long enough, you kind of you look at it differently. Now I'm more like, I want to run fast and everything, but I want to just go out and have fun.
Fair enough. Do you have any proud memories during your racing career?
Oh, proud ones. Well, Can-Am, definitely. Yep. I think, was it 2016 at Can-Am? We finished third in the Invitational. So that was very exciting. But also proud, I would have to say, even just some of my dogs debuting. I mean, I've had the blood, sweat, and tears dogs, and I've had the dog that doesn't debut till they're 3 years old, no matter how hard you work. So those are some pretty proud moments as well of, persevering those times and getting there as a team between you and your dog.
Yeah, some of that's the hardest, the patience to wait that long to keep making sure that you're gonna stick to it. Yes.
There was a lot of moments along the way that I just didn't, but.
Yeah. Do you have any hobbies that you had, or do you have any hobbies that you do that aren't playing flyball?
Outside of flyball, well, I live on 5 acres, so I have a lot of property to maintain. So whether that's actually a hobby or not, I tell myself I enjoy it. I bought my dogs their own dog park is pretty much what I did. So outside of just enjoying the country life, I make my own wine. So that's a little hobby, it pays its own rewards. Of late with quarantine, gotten into a lot of quadding. Been spending a lot of time out on the quads and hitting the trails out around me. So
cool.
It's been a lot of fun, but it's weird right now because I don't normally have the time for such things as quadding because, once dog sport season is upon us, it's still go. So.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Okay, well, I think that's everything I have for question-wise. Is there anything that you would recommend to anyone starting out in flyball?
Yes, have fun with your dog. You know what, at the end of the day, I can say out of all the dogs I've trained, and I've trained some very easy to train dogs and some very, very tough to train dogs, is they know. They pick up on it, they feel it. Go out and have fun with your dogs. Let them learn it at their pace and enjoy the time with them because, we find out later on that we never have as much time with them as we ever truly want. So So enjoy your time and don't stress. Your dog will get there when they get there, and the more fun you have with them, the faster it'll be.
Excellent. Very well put. Now, I think that's all my questions. Is there anything else you want to add to, just in general, or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's all I have. Thank you so much, Tanya, for all the time. And hopefully we'll get to see you on the racing lanes at some point this year.
I know. Oh, I hope so. I know. I just saw that they've canceled even all the agility trials, I think, right through August now here. So
we were planning on coming to Wild this year, and that just
yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's sad. It's sad, really, because you've got dogs that are getting up there in years too. You wanna have as much fun as you can with them.
That's right.
Well, you still can, but it's just such crazy times, right? So you don't want to be the fool about it either.
So true, so true. Hope everyone enjoyed the video today. I'm busy working on getting lots of people on here to interview, and look forward to showing everyone that Flyball is a great sport to be in, and hopefully it'll continue to grow. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see more of these, make sure you hit that like button as well. If you have any suggestions on who you'd like to see on the channel, make sure you comment down below, and until next time, see you then.